Probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
Move your seats
Mic check. Yep. 2 seconds.
Maybe like a 2K.
Dad, right here.
So wait. So 3 people have one mic, 3 people have one mic, right?
Do you want the 3-minute countdown or no?
I don't think we need it.
You don't need it? Okay, all right.
Okay, do we have everyone?
Mic check, mic check.
Is that on?
Oh yeah, that's all.
Everyone seated where they can see?
Can you see our sign?
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Today we will be sharing how Netflix can avoid becoming the next Blockbuster. Our audience for this presentation is our tween-age kids. So just real quick from this audience, who has tween-age kids or has had them in the past? Okay, and how many of you have given them a PowerPoint presentation before? None? No one? Okay, so we decided not to do a PowerPoint because of that. My personal experience with my teenage kids is their attention span is about 15 seconds. So we are going to be doing this through role play in a conversational format. So first I want to introduce you to our cast, and then we will get started. We have Grandpa, who is Lay here. We have Darlene, who is our grandma. We have our tween, Eric. Our other tween, myself. Mom as Latoya, and Masam as our dad. So the scene for this play is a Friday night. We just finished up dinner and we move into the living room and are sitting in the couch around the TV. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Oh, well, that was such a lovely dinner, dear.
It was absolutely delicious, fantastic. Eric is already eating popcorn. These kids just eat so much. You guys, anybody want to watch some Netflix?
Mom,
A little Netflix and chill?
you can't see Netflix and chill, that's weird.
I can't? Oh yeah, I remember you told me. I'm sorry, that is weird. Okay, let's watch Netflix.
Yeah, when I watched the new season of Stranger Things that just came out.
Well, we don't have Netflix anymore. I canceled it a couple months ago.
What are you talking
What
about?
do you mean you canceled Netflix?
Well, no one was using it. I can't keep paying. The last time you used it was a year ago for the last season. You have thousands of shows on Netflix and you don't even use it. You know, back in the day, I wish I had that.
Oh, chill down, son. Last time I checked, I am the grumpy old man in this room. Remember when you used to beg me to take you to Blockbuster all the time? Well, very hypocritical of you to give your kid a hard time when you were devastated by said no.
What is Buster Block?
No, dear. Blockbuster. Don't you remember? Oh, we used to take the family on a Friday night. We all get in the car. We drive to the building. There were so many movies to choose from.
It was like a field trip.
It's like a real building?
It was a real building. You had to actually leave the house to get there. We would
Sounds
go, the kids would pick a movie, Grandpa and I would pick a movie.
Blockbuster and chill.
Was this just in our town?
Oh, no, they were all over.
They were everywhere. Think about Starbucks. They were like Starbucks cropping on each neighborhood though. So there were thousands around the world. And think about this. Your dad's favorite company he works for, Granger, has 24,000 employees. Blockbuster, in its heyday, had 84,000 employees.
So if they were so big, what happened to them? I've never seen a Blockbuster store.
Well, that's the question.
Well, like everything, they didn't keep up with the times, right? So Netflix came in, they changed the game on them. So they introduced streaming, they collaborated with your PS1, PS2 back in the day. They were all over the TVs, and there was one day no one wanted to go outside and get a movie. They could just sit at home and watch whatever they felt like.
So, and now they're gone, is that gonna happen to
Well, things change over time. If you don't adapt to change, you will disappear. Even if you do, there's no guarantee you might not disappear.
How do we make sure that doesn't happen to Netflix? I cannot live without Stranger Things.
Well, what about commercials, right? I don't see any commercials in Netflix. All of your young people are spoiled nowadays.
They are spoiled.
Everything is free of something. You have sugar-free diet. You have fat-free milk. Now you have ad-free Netflix. You know what the problem is? They are too expensive. They should, someone has to pay the bills. It's either subscribers or the advertisers. So I say that the advertisers pay the fee and we can enjoy it for free. That's the right version of free.
Yeah, I think they already have ads, Grandpa. I've seen that with Richie. He has ads. Totally sucks.
You know, commercials aren't such a bad thing. We used to have those all the time. You could then go to the bathroom during the commercial. You could get more popcorn. You know, if they had ads for some subscriptions, that would let Netflix, get some advertising revenue in addition to the normal subscriptions. And so then maybe some groups of people, they don't want to pay $20 for Netflix every month. If they had an ad option, they could go to more people and more people would subscribe with a lower price.
I think these kids need to get a job.
Tell me about it. The other thing Netflix should think about is always the future, the technology, what's coming next. Just like your dad invested Bitcoin, but let's not talk about Bitcoin this year. They should think about VR movies. It could be anything. They could have an audience poll where the people tell them what happens in the next week's episode. They can do that. The future is endless.
I would never be able to see that.
I think if Netflix wants to stay relevant, they need to stop taking off my favorite shows. I used to love watching The Office, and it moved over to Peacock. My favorite show is Stranger Things. I hope they don't take that off.
What are we gonna do? I mean, at the heart of it, Netflix Originals is the heart of the programming, right? So if you think about their strategy, maybe they need to continue to invest in more Netflix Originals and keep them, and then they won't be sold, and the company will continue to go strong. I think another thing is this. I mean, you guys are always on these iPads, these tablets. I can't get your attention. I call for dinner. I have to wait 15 minutes. I mean, you guys are always gaming. I mean, how do you have screens on, playing games, and reading at the same time?
Multitasking, Mom.
I know, it's multitasking, but it's not very effective. I'll tell you something though. There's probably a business proposition when you think about the fact that you can have games, music, videos, you could have the news, and you could have all concerts, everything all in one location. Maybe Netflix needs to expand the business proposition.
Then maybe we wouldn't have to spend $300 on those Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool, Mom. I hate going into my phone and just checking on 20 different apps to check on all my stuff.
20 apps, your father can barely work one.
Hey. Just give it to the kids, not me.
I guess those all sound like good ideas, but you're saying in order for Netflix to not become the next Buster Block, they have to advertise, offer different pricing options, keep up with technology, make more original content, and become a one-stop shop for entertainment. Guess I'm not watching Stranger Things again.
Honey, are we going to continue to have to listen to this conversation? Can you just please get these kids Netflix?
Fine. I would spend $20 to shut them up.
How do you think you did?
Mic drop. No, I'm just kidding. No, I thought we did pretty good. I think we struggled a lot with the audience, and I instantly was like, all right, how do we put these PowerPoint slides together? And Darlene was like, hold on, when did you present a PowerPoint to your kids? And I was like, well, you're right. So that was a bit of a struggle. Also making sure that we had the adults telling the story to the kids, because we were essentially the audience. We wanted to help move that story along with questions, but wanted to make sure that the adults were telling the story and doing it in a way that felt natural with the audience.
I think there was a lot of data that was important. I mean, when you think about the history of Blockbuster versus the size of Granger, and you think about the number of people that they employed, I mean, there was a lot of storytelling here that we tried to put in. in a very unique and fun way. Because I think we forget how big Blockbuster really was and how fast they died. I mean, it was a quick transition. I think also, in just talking about business strategy, I think there is a lot of different components here that really, I mean, we joked about this, but we think we should send an email to Netflix. Because there are things that Netflix could be doing to make themselves more relevant as we think about what's really going on in this landscape. And to be honest, it's not the people here that's going to be making those decisions. It's going to be these tweens. So like these 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds, and what do they want? So it was just interesting how to kind of talk to this age group about the future.
Yeah. Group, comments, feedback?
Like the type of organization that you did and the way you expressed the whole thing was a whole clear of what it is, and so the spectrum that you gave for the whole thing was without needing of PowerPoint or any background in back, give like a whole spectrum of what you were trying to kind of give up.
Thank you. Yeah, the team proved to be natural actors, so yeah, we didn't know we had this stuff.
Anyone else?
I thought the humor is always good to add. Discussed last time. I thought the wrap up at the end. So you told me Netflix has to do this, this, this. That was a really nice way to wrap it all up together.
I agree. I thought it was really cleverly done. And the way that the kids were Lori? No. Oh, David.
I was emotionally brought it on. I was in that mix, so that felt really good.
Who was your favorite character?
The dad, I observed he was on his computer.
He works at Granger, so he's checking emails and
He's busy.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is
This way, just to cover.